Alright, now in this section we are going to learn what are console commands or what are artisan commands. So first of all, let's see what are artisan commands and why we need those artisan or console commands. The reason is that there are sometimes scenarios in your application that you want to run certain functions or certain actions behind the scenes without the HTTP calls. For an example, when the user tries to register, and when the registration is done, you want to send them an email, which if you try to send via the HTTP command or HTTP request, this might take up to 4 to 5 seconds. And in order to avoid that problem, you create artisan commands and then you schedule those commands. But right now we are about to learn what are artisan commands and what we can do with artisan commands in order to make our application more programmable and more efficient. Alright, so first of all, let's see what commands are. So every time when you spin up your application from the Tinker or from the CMDs, when you type php artisan serve, so this is basically a command. What it does is basically this creates or spin ups your application. Now if you want to take a list of commands that are provided out of the box by the Laravel, what you can do is basically you can type in the command php artisan list, and when you do that, this will give you a list of all the commands that have registered either by you or by the Laravel. Here you can see that this is listing all the commands one by one. For example, you can see php artisan route cache, route list. If you run this command php artisan route list, what this gonna do is basically this will give you all the list or the web endpoints. So php artisan route list, and here you will see all the web routes that we have defined. Here you can see, now this is basically a one command. Now there are many other commands. You can just update yourself by clicking on the php artisan list, and this will give you all of the commands that are provided out of the box by the Laravel. Alright, now let's try to create our first command and let's see how we can create our commands and how we can interact with them from the CLI. Alright, so let me just type php artisan make command. So this will create a command for you. Now you have to give this command a name. For an example, let's say I want to send newsletters. Alright, so this is a command I want to make, and now once I do that, you will see that inside the app directory, inside the console commands, you will have a new folder created, which is basically just here commands, and inside that you have your new command, new send newsletters. Alright, now here there are few steps you need to make sure that you do that in the right step. The first thing is basically, let me just remove the comments first here. So we have three things out of the box provided by the Laravel when we create a new command. The first is basically the signature. Now the signature is basically the name of the command you want to type in. For an instance, let's say you want to type php artisan and send newsletters. So here this is provided for you out of the box by the Laravel, but actually you can change it. So let's say I want to change send newsletters. Alright, now here you can give the description of your basically the command. So I will say this is used to send newsletters to all the subscribed users. Alright, now if I just type in this command and I will say just log the information, command ran successfully, and now let's try to run this command php artisan, now this command name send newsletter. Now if I do that, this will do nothing. All right, but if we go and take a look at our logs, so we have to go to storage, logs, and Laravel log. Here you can see that the command ran successfully. We have got the information. Now this is basically the first step. Is you need to make sure that you create your commands. You know how to create your commands, you know how to give the signature of your commands, then you type in the description, and then within this handle method you can perform all of your functionalities. All right, for an instance, let's say you want to grab all the users. So let's say users equals to user all, and now once you do that, you can just return the response or do any kind of functionality. So for an instance, I want to get all the users. All right, so let me run that command again and let's see what we get this time. Since we are dump and dying our object of users, we are now getting a collection here. So the collection of the items is basically empty because we do not have any users registered. But if I go for the posts here and I change the name of the variable from users to posts, and let's use this variable, now we should get the posts in our command line. So actually I think we still have no posts here. The reason is that because no posts have been registered in our database yet. But you got the point, like how you can create the commands, how you can describe the description, and this handle functionality is basically all the functionalities that will be basically exist here. Now just for an instance, let's try to create a prompt that will ask the user what do you want or what is your name. All right, and then display that name in the command line. So let's say I will say name equals to $this prompt, and then this prompt will say ask what is your name. All right, or maybe let's instead of prompt, let's use ask. So this ask will basically get the question here, and you will this will ask you like what is your name, and then I will say return my name is, and then the name. All right, now let's run the command one more time. Now this asks you what is your name, so I will say my name is Walid Ikhlaq. Now this has not returned any information because we should not return here, because this return function will not work. $this and info, you need to return the information to the user. So here I will type in my name is, and then let's give this the name variable, and now let's try to run this command. So I will clear the logs here first, and I will say php artisan send news letters, and now it's yes, I would say because I have some misspelled my name, so misspelled the command. So this is asking me like what is my name, so I will say just for instance Walid Ikhlaq, and now you get here my name is Walid Ikhlaq. All right, so I hope so like you got the point of how you can start with the commands. There are a lot of more things to discuss, and we will discuss those, we will try to cover those topics one by one in our upcoming videos. So that's about it, and I will see you in the next one.